In this video, we are going to cover um, deref and option. So I think it's entirely different topics, but let's see if we can cover both in the same video. So deref means deref is a trait. As you can see, I imported it from standard ops library and used for immutable dereferencing operations like star v. So whenever you are seeing a variable with a star, that means we are trying to get the dereference the variable and get the value inside of it. So as you can see, this is an example. It's a deref example with the t as type and the value, or there is a field value inside the struct of type t, and in order to dereference, in order to use the star symbol operation, dereferencing operation, we need to implement a deref trait for the type. So in this case, we are going to implement a deref trait for deref example. So impl t deref for deref example is also generic, so we are passing t, and this is the associated type for the implementation of deref target. That should be the value type, and we should also define a method uh, which is deref, so which actually take a reference to the self, the struct, whatever type we are defining the deref, we are implementing the deref, and we need to uh, return the reference to the inside value. That should be the self target reference. So that is what we need to define for deref. Then only we can use the star operator. So you can see in this example, we have created a deref example struct, an instance where x, and we are doing a star on the variable. So the same thing I'm trying to do here. Um, let's define a circle which is having um, a unit struct, and I'm deriving the debug in order to print it. So, and I'm implementing the circle, and I want to define a new function, and I'm passing the radius. Let's be radius. I want to give the type as u32, and I'm creating that instance with self radius. And since I'm planning to use a star operator on this, I need to implement deref trait. So imported deref trait, and I'm implementing this impl deref for circle, and target should be the type inside the struct, so it should be u32, and as we discussed, we need to define the function deref ampersand self, which should return an ampersand self target, and it should be a uh, reference to the inside value. So in this case, we have a unit struct, so we can just return it through self dot zero ampersand. So having said that, we can go ahead and go ahead and create a circle, and yeah, we are just referencing it and trying to print it, and also we are trying to dereference circle. So in this case we are just printing it. It's a reference we are passing to the println macro, and this case we are dereferencing, so we should get the value inside the circle. So having said that, we can just go ahead and good. So build building, that is also good. I'll go run. Yeah. So first circle 5, we got the entire struct, and when we dereference it, it is just dereference the value inside it. It is not moving, the dereferencing is not moving the value, but if we are assigning that to some other variable, then we are moving it. So if you want to let radius equals or let it be the instant radius, instance radius equals star c, this case, and I want to is working even though the value we are moving from here to here, since it's a u32, it's actually copying the value. That's why you are able to uh, use that object even after we are moving. So this should also work. Yes, working, but if we are uh, inside value is something not copyable object, which is not defined copy trait, it's not implemented copy trait. So string is an example which is allocated in heap, so it's not uh, implemented copy trait. So I'm changing the insert value to string, and here also I need to change this to string, right? What is the radius? U32. Oh, okay, here. So, yeah, here we have a circle. Inside the inside value is string, not U32, not a copyable type. So this case we are, yeah, this case we are creating a circle with the string inside, and we are trying to move that dereferenced value. So consider removing dereference here. Cannot move out of dereference circle. Move occurs because the value has type string, which does not implement copy trait. So yeah, that's what we cannot move the dereference value. Same the case if we are trying to match 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 star c, I string string, string, string. It's not needed, but otherwise, underline, it's not string, right? Um, okay, instant variable is not there. Let's comment that. So here also we are getting, consider removing dereference here, cannot move out of circle. So uh, yeah, dereference move occurs because string has type string. It cannot. Okay. Um, yeah, this case, what we can, yeah, but if you take a ampersand happen, yeah, this will work because it's a reference to reference a circle, but it's not a circle. This it should be a circle of string, right? Circle of string. Yeah, it's a string and 5. Yeah, we got the inside value. It's a string. Uh, but another way is just pause C and take ref. It should have the same effect. Yeah, because we are, even though we are giving the circle here, we are just taking the reference to um, inside value here. And if you try to print R here, it will throw error. Oh, it's already a reference. Yeah, yeah, it's already a reference. But if I give like this, what will happen? Will it accept? Okay. So it's reference only we are passing. Yeah, it's ampersand string here. if I want to dereference something and something, and if it's I32, say it's I32, and just do X. Can I get that? Okay, I32, then it's I32. Anything else, it's a string. String. 'The best example would be enum. Let's try with enum. Enum types. Value I32 or 32 or string. I need only two types here. And if I find debug, debug, match 32, then print it's 'step expected found my types. But we can only match with one thing. Uh, no, no. is x. Types and string. So x can have two types. So x, let x equal 10. Mismatch type expected integer found in my types. It's an integer. Hmm. String duplicate. Okay. uh, okay. So you already know this. Let's my types new. Then okay, this makes sense now. It's an integer. We are checking the type. Yeah, if we need to take, yeah, this makes sense. Let's run this. Okay, it's an integer. Fine. Um, but if I want to dereference it, okay, to dereference, no, right? Simple deref for my types fn target target equals target. Oh, type target should be, oh, then it should be generic. This how oh, just type nothing to dereference here, right? There is no value. Okay, this is not a good example then. It's not a good example then. There's no value inside it. Did we put value? There's no value. We cannot dereference this. It should be auto dereferencing. It should be auto dereferencing. Let's see. If I put star, then I32, then ln it's an integer int or it's string should work. It should work. It's a string. Dereferencing cannot be dereferenced. Oh, okay. So we need to define dereference basically. Yeah, we need to define dereference. Okay. Dereference, then how would you Amazon self itself? Hmm. Uh, I did break thread main process. Yeah, something got failed. Yeah, I told them this is I32. It can have string too. See, string should be I32 all the time. It is overflow. Told me. Hmm. Since if I pass this, I didn't pass this. This is circle. My types. We give string. Will it work? Or if if I put string, I cannot. Yeah, basically. Okay. Yeah, if it's string, basically we cannot dereference it. Yeah, because we are moving the value. Okay. Having said that, we can, let's remove this as well. Let's try an option. I have an option field. Let's say let my value is some some now we do string. Let's be complicated heap allocated memory. Okay. Now if I need to match it, my value, I have two options. One is some name where and name is, yeah, this name is one option. Second one would be um, none. Println name. Okay, no name. What happened to this? Oh, yeah, this is working, I believe. So let's run this. Yeah, it's working. Since we have some value, we can because we have some value option string and we are matching it and we are taking the value here, right? Taking the value here. If I want to dereference, I don't want to leave this my value. Okay, what I want to use this, I want to print a value here. Happen. Yeah, this won't allow because it's already moved. It's already moved. This value here, name, this taken all this value. It's already moved this value to this name and we have printed here. I don't want to do that. One thing you can do is rough name. I hope this should work. Yeah, so this time we are just taking a reference and reference only we are passing. And another option is, what will happen if I, yeah, I can give like this sort of also should work. Yeah, because we are passing a reference to match, so match is getting only a reference, so this should be a reference. Match cannot pass the value, can just pass the reference. Is there any option I can dereference? Okay, if a dereference cannot be dereferenced. Oh, okay. How to dereference an option value, right? Option dereference. How to get the inside value. There are a lot of methods. Asref. So asref converts ampersand option t to option ampersand t. Okay. So what we can do is, if I do this, what will happen? Right? Yeah, I'm getting string here. It's still working. Still working. So yeah. So when I give asref, I'm not passing the value to the match. I'm not giving the control of my value to match. I'm just passing a reference to inside value. It's an option with inside value reference. I'm not passing the ownership. And you can print it. Definitely you can print it because it's an ampersand reference, and still you can use this my value. No problems. Uh, Problems. Yeah. One thing what we can do is as mute. Let's do as mute. They do something. As mute. As mute. I want to take the, okay, this should be mute. Yeah, here we are changing the value. We are taking it as mute, and we are changing the name. Let's change the name. Yeah, since we need to change the name, we can change star name equals Naveen Davis. Let's do fancy string. String. This should also work. This should also work. And like the format document. Yeah. So we are matching my value and taking the reference to the inside value with mutable permission, and we are mutating it. And in order to mutate the value, we need to dereference because we got only a reference. We need to get the value. So we are dereferencing it and mutating, changing the value, and we are printing it. We are okay to print, and we are reusing the same my value here. Let's see what it is getting printed here. It should be the changed value. It should not be Naveen, right? Yes, my name is Naveen Davis. Yes, Naveen Davis. That's the beauty of as mute. Uh, another way is we can still, we don't need to give the ownership to match for my value because we are using it again. What we can do is we can just ampersand it. Yeah, here we have to ampersand mute in the pass. We got a mute. Entire object is now as mute. as mute. So here also I can it to ref. What will happen? Okay. This is one. Okay, this is one way. Let's do this. Yeah, here entire object we are passing and we are mutating it. Let's run this. Yes, here also we change the name, but I don't want to this reference thing here. Let's pretend we are moving the ownership to match, but inside this ref mute, there is anything called ref mute? No ref mute. Uh, like this. Oh, not like ref can do. Uh, yeah, ref only for cell. Ref. No. Yeah, this ref. Only this. If I give mute, what will happen? No. Uh, yeah, this time it's fine. Oh, there is no inside. We cannot pass the value as yeah, as mute is there. I did we see that? Okay. This is one way. Another way is let's go with what we know for sure. As mute. So here also we are getting a mutable string. So this also should work. So instead of giving ampersand mute, we are giving my value dot as mute. So it will convert ampersand mute option to option ampersand mute. Yeah. Oh, there is only this option. and still we can use our value because um, we are not passing the ownership. We are just giving a mutable reference, and we are changing the value and printing that my value here. And if we do something like this, match my value dot as ref, again one more match, some name, comma, and we are doing here println no name. Will it work? Yeah, this will also work. Because we are done with this thing, right? Okay, I want to change this to fn change name, and we need to pass you with ampersand option ampersand string. Right, this is what we are expecting. We are giving back them my no, we are not giving back anything. We got only reference. We are changing only that, not returning anything. Thing is, we are getting cut it work. That's my question is, and giving I need to get mute. I need to get mute reference to string on option type, and I will change it and give it back to you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying here. And, and if I do change name and my value dot as mute, yeah, this should work. Yeah, my name is Naveen. I'm printing here the reference, changing it and keeping printing it again. Oh yeah. What? Yeah, this is all here. What I want is, if I do ref my value variable with my value you dot ref, then it's a problem. Oh, it's working, not using it. I want to print this. My value to use ref here. Yeah, it's a problem. I'm mutating here, but I'm using this. I was referencing the original variable, but somehow it's got changed. The reference didn't know. We are making sure the references should have the original value. It's got changed in between. Yeah. So in order to solve that, yeah, we cannot have this. So definitely we need to comment this. Yeah, if you are referencing it, we should finish it off before we are calling as mute. Mute, we are taking the mutable reference. I think that's all I need to cover in this video. I think we have covered the dereference, star operator, and the option type. Some of the how to mutate the value inside a option, um, and how to dereference it. Right. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.